time is always over money. That's right. We'd rather spend time with loved ones, friends, giving back, doing good. It's not always about making money in business. It's about helping others solve solutions. So we're back with another episode here. This time we're talking about net 30 vendors. That's right. In the previous video, I went over introduction to business credit. And one of the key components of that is actually getting started, applying, and getting those net 30 vendor credits. So I'm going to talk about maybe the top 5 or 6 net 30 vendor credits that you can get as a startup business. You know, net 30s are a key component of building business credit, and everybody has to know what net 30s are. Net 30s are basically what they sound like. A vendor or a creditor gives you 30 days to make a payment on that account. So for a construction company or a clothing company, they give you a line of credit, say $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and they give you that line of credit. You shop online, you buy a different product from them. They give you 30 days to pay that balance off in full. You must pay that balance off in full, or you receive penalties, interest, late payments, and this totally works against what we're trying to do here, which is build business credit. So, make sure when you buy something, it's something manageable, something affordable for you and your business that you can pay off. And it's always best to pay it off faster. The quickest way to build business credit is to buy something, as soon as you get that invoice, pay it off. The faster you pay it off, the higher your score gets. It's kind of different with personal credit when you got 30 days to pay it off. If you pay it off in 10, 15 days, your score will go up faster. If you pay it off in 20 days, it has levels to it. So make sure you always pay it off fast as you can. So for net 30 vendors, some of the popular ones are Uline, Granger, Quill, Summa Office Supply, and Crown Office Supplies. Now, many of these net vendors that I just named are kind of in the industrial field and office supply field. So that kind of covers all the, you're going to have some office stuff or you're going to have some industrial stuff. Any type of business, you're going to need one of the two. So for Quill and Uline, they have good shipping supplies, office furniture, office supplies, paper, printer, all that little stuff, pens, all the little knickknacks you need to get your business going, they're good to order from. So that's why I always suggest those two, Quill, Uline, for any business, because every business needs pens, boxes, kind of your standard equipment to get your business up and running. And then we got more kind of on the industrial side. You got your Granger or industrial warehouse stuff, but Granger definitely is a big industrial net 30. They also have physical stores throughout the country that you can use your credit and go in and buy stuff as well. So those 3 are very easy to get approved for. If you're a startup business, sometimes they make you make a purchase before they extend your line of credit. Sometimes, you can go straight in. But the good thing about majority of net 30s, you do not have to put your social security number down. As long as you got your EIN and your Dun & Bradstreet number already set up for your business, you put those in and they extend your credit based off that. And then as you make those payments on those items you purchase, then they start reporting to your Dun & Bradstreet, start reporting to your Experian business score and your Equifax business scores. So you want to make sure you're paying those on time. Now, some other ones, Crown Office Supplies, another office supplier, various other ones, Summa, another office supplier. Now, the bad thing about some of these is Crown Office Supplies actually has what they call a membership fee that you have to pay before you even buy something. But they are a great reporting vendor. They report to pretty much every business bureau out there. So they're a great one to have, even though you have to spend a little bit more for them. But, in my opinion, it's definitely worth it. Now, some of the other vendors, they have stuff that, quite frankly, you really don't even want or need. One like Summa has software, antivirus software, which most computers come with anyway, but you can, spend $65 with them for a digital product. You don't have to wait for it to get delivered. As soon as they ship it to you, 5 days later, you can pay that off, and they report on your credit just like that. So there's some trade-offs with that, but you know, kind of what I do when I'm doing my credit consulting and dealing with my clients, I kind of go over what their business is and find that 30 vendors that tailor fit their business. So they're in trucking. I find that vendors as far as trucking is like Sunbelt, United Rentals, you know, stuff for trucking equipment. If they're in the daycare, I find stuff like JCPenney's or Wayfair, kind of a net 30s where they can get furniture and little kid stuff and little kid clothing, you know, polo shirts for their daycare. They're gonna do custom shirts for their kids. So, you know, different vendors. And if you're a t-shirt printer, it's one called Shirtsy. That's a new one that I actually started using because I actually have a part on a t-shirt company. And I also have my own e-commerce t-shirt shop. So, you know, that's a good net 30 vendor to have, you know, especially if you're a startup, you're trying to bootstrap, you don't want to use your personal credit. You can get a $5,000 line with Shirtsy, buy all the shirts, buy all the printing materials you need, take your orders in, and as you get your invoices, you can pay that off in due time. So net 30s are essentially built in for you to help out with cash flow problems and not allow you to spend your own money out of your personal, you know, account funding your business, because that could, you know, lead to cash flow problems. If you got employees, if you get hit with a lawsuit or anything, you need money, you know, right then. You know, it's kind of hard to pull stuff out your personal. So, you know, net 30s and also net 60 and net 90s. Some businesses stand a little bit longer. You know, towel and floor company. That's a company that actually does 60-day rentals, 60-day net 30 account. So you actually have an extra 30 days to pay it off, because they know when you're doing floors and doing tiles and contractors, you know, those things take a little bit longer. So they give you a longer period of time to, you know, pay those back. But all in a nutshell, you know, these are net 30 vendor accounts. They're pretty easy to apply for. You need them to get started. So, you know, don't hesitate to get started applying for those after you know, have your business set up, established, have your DUNS number and EIN. So what I'm going to do is list the top 8 net 30 accounts down below in the description. If you need to apply for those, just go down there, click on them, get started. And if you got any questions or comments or have any questions about you know, what's going on in the application, should you put your social, should you not? Many times they ask for social just for Patriot Act reasons, but if you, you know, if you do not, you know, have to put